Working as intended.
And Nazrin is super bullyable. Alright, it's time for Bullying Simulator 2023. So I'm gonna go and bully these three again. As far as I know, they don't change. I mean, I guess if I really want, I could fight them what is it? The lunatic form. Anyways, we'll go on up here. We'll set up our two parties. Here's our first party. Yeah, we'll try with this one. Party 2. Do this for more attack damage. Like this. Alright, we'll try with this. Let's see how this goes. Set up a live stream. Lightning. Lightning. We'll buff my magic. Do lightning damage. More light. It's already half down. Oh, damage. Well, shit. Oh, survived. Done. Bullied. Boss is already at 18,000 down. Boss only has about 17,000 hit points left. Might as well swap and start buffing. Because this turn should be free turn, right? Third turn should be free. Let's neutralize the land. Alright, now let's phase you. And then now let's just bully her last form. It's like, use Lithos here. You're just beating him. Nerd, why don't you go kill yourself? Alright, I'ma fuck you up. Cover Yomu. Deal dark damage. Damage! I forgot to use Strong Slayer. Keep covering Yomu. Void the land. Fuck you! Only 32,000 in one hit. Alright, 1 and 2 turns. Clear! Hooray for the crystal. Oh look, he had a manor. More recipes for me? Hello, drain clean the master house. More recipes. Even more stuff. These things, I found a broken belt. I'm like, what are these used for? Is this what that's used for? Better belt. Whoa, this looks like something I need in my life. Touhou SouzinengiV. So much stuff. I'm guessing I can get even more stuff once I beat the other final boss. This one, Ultimate Resentment. And then let's see, my final party would be this, right? I think I like this combo. Use this to stop the last boss's void. There's the triple party. And my first party was what? Moko. So I know Sakuya's in there. And then we need a healer. We use the field for the healer. Alright, party 2 was Yomu tanking. And then I had Lithos in there for getting rid of the shields. Yuugi. Did I have a base? I think I had Reisa and Demu. Yeah, I have Marisa tank. I gotta get everybody's equipment set up. I know you need the ice sword. Just so we can get some chaser damage. Increased chaser damage. Inventory management simulator. More mystic damage. I don't think anything deals physical damage in the very final boss form. Does it? Don't they just use magic? You guys can just make Marisa have the Solidio. Alright, you're gonna deal some big dick damage too. I did with Maiden's Eye just to prevent charm in case we had Lithos use her thing, but we didn't make it to Lithos. Instead, should we use Divine Shield 25? Oh wait, does Marisa need more bombs? Also swap her back to power. I don't think Yomu can really deal any damage in her phase. Actually, she can once the mirrors are down. My god, all this equipment management. See, second phase we want to murder quickly, I think. Go full damage for the first two things and just try to blow through the shenanigans through pure damage. If I really want to do water damage, I can increase my bombs to 6 and just do full water. Go through all my rage accessories. Running out of plus damage shields. Alright, party 1 is equipped. And you want to do holy damage. Then everyone else needs elemental protection. There, I think I finally got all my gear set up. See, I don't need a field because I'll be putting up my healing field. So I guess just Ice Giant and Ice Falchion. Alright, let's see how this goes. Party 1 Party 2. Party 3. Iceland. Moko's just gonna fuck with the land. And put up a healing field. Freeze. I didn't do too much damage. No resentment ground. Put up life stream again. Freeze. Keep shooting out giants. Should I mana flare it? Chase. Ow. Let Aki get in on some of the action too. Holy 54,000. It's completely overkill. Alright, please don't meteor me. Refresh the heal barrier. And you're dead. Swap to this party. Alright, get some variety. Get rid of the mirrors. Let's try to inflict some defense down. I'll just punch you over and over again. Defense down. Attack down. Ow! That was rude. It's back. More, giving more debuffs. Defense down, attack down, and brittle. Nothing more to do except for the deal damage. Boop, 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 boop. You get 2 free turns of damage, right? Better heal Yomu a bit. Damage! Just chop away your hit points. One more phase should do it. Is Lightland already maxed? Good, Lightland's already maxed. Clustered! Alright, might as well knock you out in 3 steps. Did it. Alright, now there's this fucker. Is this boss even do anything physical? I can't remember. Whoops, forgot to give her some mystic spells. Better cover everyone. Nice attack, idiot. Guess who's vulnerable? Let's get you punished. Nice attack, idiot. Punished. Blasted. Boop. Boop. I guess I should be careful. I don't want to kill them all and have the Legion on still on cooldown when this happens. Anyways, let's punish you some more. Nice attack, idiot. Already 2/3 down. Might as well just give them another punish over and over again. And then cover again. Running out of spells to use for Marisa. I can pretty much finish him off with just punishes. Boop! Punish the judgment. Everyone's getting in on the damage fun. Oh, you're so fucked. No. Gotcha! Overpowered. The one who clears all. Guess that means I've cleared all the quests. Does Akio have more stuff for me? Of course she does. What do we got here? More recipes in the storehouse. Whoa. Suddenly stuff. Alright, all the quests are done. So now what's required left is just finishing off the achievements. Alright, well let's go see what kind of crafting stuff. The 10s take mithril nuggets. Does making one mean I can make the remake the other ones? Wait, why is this one X but the rest of these are 8? Oh, this one 8 and the rest are X. The game's like, you're gonna need so many mithril nuggets. Also, these accessories look amazing. I think I'm gonna make some. Oh, I need some more emeralds. Wonderful god idols and orichalcos crystals. Even more water damage. What are you doing? We're gonna triumph over everything. Destrudo. So many items left to craft. Go with this just to make getting Chronicle credit easier? Maybe later. All the shields are done though. Like, why do I feel the Abyss robe is better? Yeah, it's extra defense, but I like having the extra bombs. Except for maybe you. I don't use a lot of bombs on Byakuren. Only 50 defense extra. Alright, but let's do some crafting and warp to the future! So now that all the quests are done, all that's left now is, I guess, filling out the rest of the thingamajiggy over in Linosuke's shop. So that means just crafting everything else, and crafting means getting an absolutely ridiculous amount of items. This thing here, which I believe is an achievement just to finish off filling in all this, and that means lots of crafting, and that means getting lots of extra items. So when I went here and I composed a list of the materials I need like, I want to say 10 of every single characters' bigger items. The unique items, and then I need, what is it? Like, there's 18 characters, I think? How many characters are there? 12 plus 18. So you're gonna need 18 great Orichalcos crystals and god idols, and I already went through how to beat the last boss. It's just beat the last boss again. At this point, it's just bullying them. But that one is you get 1 per quest, so it's just go and grind it. Other materials that I need, whenever you need things like, let's say, bamboo, iron ores, pickling weights, steel, pretty mirrors, magic metals, even some gold. All you need is a party of Lithos, Aya, and 3 characters that you want to level. To make this easier, you can give Lithos equipment that increases her MP. Like this. Her speed doesn't matter, just stack her up with bombs. Like so. Equip all your experience boosting things. And head to your favorite happy fun time land here. Alright, so basic things, iron, pickling weight, bamboo, magic metals, kill these guys. All you have to do is drizzle and then let Aya attack first. Since drizzle has like 20% speed, you just immediately bully enemies. Oh, make sure you put Aku in the commander slot. And just repeat for several thousand battles. Alright, so basic items, first screen. Second screen also has the same types of groups with the fairies. The magic metals will also help you get extra items such as Ostracon and Trapezohedrons. And then for steel and mirrors, head up to section C. I see what you did there. And run from them. Pick up orange if you want to. Find some Yukuris. Butterflies drop mirrors. Pretty much everything here drops Ostracons. And these guys, the Hyakume at the back there, is that like 100 eyes? Drops steel, and all of the items here have a very high drop rate. It's like 50%, I think. You're gonna need an absolutely excessive amount of adamantite, so jackpot world. So just get used to bullying this guy. Just get used to bullying him a lot. You can kill him on turn 2 or 3. Get 2 adamantite, repeat 40 times. You're also going to need an excessive amount of orichalcum, and that means beating up just absolutely bullying the shit out of a dragon. Debuffs. And by this guy being trivial, I mean just absolutely murder him. Get a double orichalcum. And then while you're using the debuff party, make sure you use that to get any obsidian, as well as, was it platinum ore and is it divine spirit stone? I'll have to look at the quest. Just remember that this dude can be debuffed too, so he's pretty trivial. Just make sure you debuff his attack power and his dodge so you can hit him with physical attacks. Especially that special missile. And then you should be bullying this guy just hard. Like, really hard. Alright, so if you need divine spirit stones and platinum ore, you can do this too. This one you can use the exact same party because it can be debuffed. But you're also going to need an excessive amount of platinum ore, which is what you get from this one. You don't need as many of the divine spirit stones, so you end up with an excess of those. If you don't like fighting this boss, you can go and beat the lesser enemies for shards. The lesser quests, which are quite a bit more trivial, but it's also more time consuming because you need to do the quest twice to get 1. And 3 times to get 2. You know, this guy might shenanigan you if you don't get debuffs off, because they have a little bit more res. This boss does have a weakness, though, so you can abuse that. Also has a bit more defense, but should still be manageable. Boop! You get the Platinum Woman Divine Spirit Stone. I believe she drops one as well if you have Aya or Aku in the commander slot. Yes. But I don't need any more Divine Spirit Stones. So if you need Weekend of the Ends, you can go in the final dungeon and grind it out. Or you can just fight another 2 of the last bosses, and Super Agents are, pretty trivial. And if you're fighting the Terminator, I prefer the cover strat and dealing damage. Just because I feel it prevents a lot of the vortex shenanigans. And then you get 2 Asians out of that. I think you're going to need a few of is the Dragon Fangs. And there are a multitude of ways to take down the dragon. Just make sure you reflect those breaths. Now, it can be debuffs, but you shouldn't really... The boss has enough, resist to not really get hit by it very often. Normally you use Sakuya here for Colossal World. But I still haven't learned Dragon Breath. We just kill it, get 2 extra Dragon Fangs. If you don't like fighting the Dragon Fang is actually really trivial to make. Like Ostrakhan and Trapezohedrons I still have a ton of, and I can make more through magic metals. And gold nuggets, you just farm the shit out of Nazarin. The other way you can get gold is if you come back to the, where we were farming materials early in the Happy Fun Time land. If you go to the left of the save thing here, there are a lot of cocks here, so they also have a high chance to drop gold. And Nazarin is super bullyable. Farm in 2 turns. Need emeralds? This guy is super bullyable too. Get fucked. Turn 1. Thanks for all the emeralds. So those are most of the easier materials you're gonna need. You're gonna need a couple broken belts. Those are just farmed in the last dungeon. Yeah, these guys drop broken belts. So a lot of the elemental enemies drop broken belts. The other thing you're gonna need a lot of is elemental spheres and the military books, which both require the same materials. It's fire, water, and earth shards. You can farm the items themselves, which I think usually have like a 4 to 8% drop rate, depending on if you have Akyu in the commander slot. But instead, if you want to farm the shards, because you can use the shards to make emeralds, diamonds, the mithril ore, you can come on over to here. Alright, so if you take this path over here, and go through the bottom left here, this sector here has a variety of enemies that drop shards. And just do the exact same thing as you were doing before when farming materials. Just give them some drizzle. Some of the enemies here are resistant to drizzle, like that rainbow in the front. So you can just use Super Cluster instead. I believe what is it? Rainbows. I think the rainbows can also drop elemental spheres? Yes. But enemies here have a 40 to 100% chance to drop their respective shards. So the dragon enemy there is slightly resistant to getting drizzled on, so you can just do that. And they have a 100% chance to drop the earth shards. So that area there, you can get the variety of shards, mostly fire and earth. You can go over from the save point here, you can go over to the right side where there was that moving around puzzle, and you can find mostly water shards over here. If you want, you can feel free to kill other enemies for the character's class-specific items as well. So these guys, Ammonites will always drop water shards. Or if you're unlucky, water crystals. Fuck you, Talos. The other section, if you're looking for mostly earth shards, from the start of the section, go left, go down 2 screens, and this section here generally has a good amount of enemies that drop earth shards. These guys. Guaranteed drop. Same with the front enemy can also drop it, just not as often. Yeah, and in an hour I was able to easily get, I think, like almost 100 shards of every kind. These guys are guaranteed to drop fire shards. So yeah, just put on a video and go and grind these guys out. I found this to be faster than actually going for the actual military books and elemental spheres themselves. For diamonds, one of the options you can do is over in the last section of Spoopy Forest, especially since you're going to need these guys to grind out their accessory multiple times anyways. This section right here has a lot of the Dogazers, and you can pretty much handle these guys the exact same way. You may also find some elemental spheres here. And there's a diamond. The other option is to bully this guy. And by bully, I mean fuck him up. Big time. Sukiya's here just to overwrite the field. And do that. This boss can be debuffed too, so you can use Lace. And I believe this boss has, I think this boss has some physical resist, so whenever there's a boss physical resist, Sakuya and Yuugi can bypass it. Now if you want Relic of the Gods, the really option is to beat up a whole bunch of High Masters. The other options for Relics of the God is Byakunen's place here. Second door, and then... Oh, hi Mimic, bye Mimic. And then go and fight the Angel Dude. Hopefully you don't get shenanigan too hard. Of course she's gonna use Punish. Ow, punished! Game, please. Ow! Kill you before you can punish again. Boop! Random Susanoo's arm. And double Relic of the Gods. So yeah, you can fight that guy multiple times. Just to get all the relics you need. You don't need a ton. You know what's more annoying to get though? Great Elemental Crystals. Make sure you protect against quick and permanent. Fucking sometimes immune to poison and curse, immune to paralyze, immune to death and remove. But yeah, for great elemental crystals, I don't think you have any other option except just to slog through this fight. You don't need Akio in the commander slot, but having her there can remove any status ailments that get through. This fight's horrible. Shenanigans everywhere. I think the dark and light elementals are the worst ones I found. Dang it. Game, please. Thanks, quick immunity. Well, you can't get immunity. It's 95% chance to resist. And you know, there's that 5% that gets through. But yeah, I found Mystic spamming to be pretty reliable for killing this guy. I think I've killed him like a... How many times have I killed him? 7 times. I think I only got shenanigan like maybe twice by the elementals. Well, I guess 3 times, including like instant death. Now, you can debuff the boss and use the Ascent to deal, like, you know, 5-digit damage. But I found that even with, like, 250, 300 induction with, with Byakuden, I'll still maybe debuffing, like, 20% of the time. Or I just have bad luck. Because, unfortunately, this boss's attacks penetrate your resist stat. And using Dark Giga Flare will hopefully put some pressure on the back enemy. Just keep trying to debuff attack. I think I have like 250 induction. Well, that's not good. We're getting to the annoying frozen coffin part of this fight. Good, get rid of him. Ow! So the boss will generally summon one more of those elementals during this fight. I forgot the boss can use Vortex just because he never uses it very often. And got him. So yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't see any regular enemies dropping great elemental crystals. And you gotta farm up a bunch of those too. And if you want Weekend of the End, hi Mimic, bye Mimic. If you want Weekend of the End, you'll come to this dungeon. And do the long run back. I always keep, like, running into that enemy there. It would have been faster to go from the exit. Hi Mimic, bye Mimic. Basically, you want this section here. And then you fight these guys. Using your covering technique. Death. And then immediate Weekend of the End. If you want Snake God's Curse, you can fight these guys for it. Just be forewarned that these guys are going to pain bond you. Just like that. And they're going to Demonic Web too, so it's probably easier to fight the one with its 2 elemental friends. Which I think you find to the right here. In Sector N. Yeah, this group. First is to get rid of those guys. And then you just take care of this guy just like you take care of the Crom, whatever he's called, in the final dungeon. And having Satoru hit with the land values helps. Keep the dark somewhat neutral. Nice Pain Bond, idiot. That's what Leaf Shield is for. Fortunately, it can't keep protecting you. Just because of its cooldown. Bye! Oh, I got a curse. Oh no, that's just a gold nugget. Has 2 drop items. The other option is to just craft them. I mean, it's not that hard to craft. Except for Relic of the Gods is a little annoying to get. And this one's super easy to craft. So if you don't want to just farm up the actual enemies, you can just go and kill... the last boss a couple times. The other thing you'll need is Mithril Nuggets. You need like 20 of them or so. You can get them just through farming water crystals and earth crystals, which aren't too hard either. Same with emeralds. So yeah, if you want other Mithril Nuggets, you can just do this one again. This pair's kind of a hassle. They're not too strong hit point wise, but they do a lot of damage. Now, surprisingly, the front one is actually not strong against dark. It's also not weak against light either. Forgot to change out Alice's shield. I also still don't get why it takes so long for your control to register in this game. Yeah, because these enemies are deities, they're not that hard to damage. Kind of odd how that front person's attack is slash and blunt. Now, you can debuff these guys, but I think it's a little tough to. I think the front guy can't be... I don't know, one of them is hard to debuff. Ow! And keeping it Darkland will keep the back guy from doing much. Game, please. One down. These guys do drop black diamonds at 100% if you have Akio in the back slot. I'm gonna say this guy alone can't do much. He's dead anyways. And get a couple black diamonds. And the Mithril Nugget, of which I need like 20. Alright, as for getting character items, you need a lot of them. You need, like, if you want to complete your list and get every single item in the game, then you have to remake the old stuff, and you have to make 20 or 10 of every single big item. So there are a lot of options for that. I mean, you can farm them in this section, the bigger items, and you just keep running around killing enemies, because at this point, all these enemies here are trivial. A lot of enemies in this previous section drop them. A lot of enemies in Akiu's basement here are drop them, and here the enemies are also very trivial. The other option you can do is all the character quests, and the character quests are also pretty trivial at this point when you have all the gear. The only one that's non-trivial, I would say, would be Byakuren's. If you're doing character quests, make sure you put Aki in the slot so you get the double drop chance on the big one. And the reason why this one sucks is this guy is still an asshole. You have to get your hit points back, and then you can electrocute him. And with stronger weapons, you can kill him faster, but you also won't be able to silence him, so you can still get off his attacks. So there's still a chance that you can just get, deleted. So all the character quests are fine, except Byakuren's is kind of annoying. But if you want to farm them up without that, this last section here has a group of enemies. Not this guy. And you can go for it if you're still farming this guy's sword, because you have to get that guy's sword like 13 times. It's this group right here. And you can just drizzle them. And I was unlucky there, but they have an 8% chance each, I think, dropping it. Yeah, 8% chance with Akiu in the back. So another option is to go through. I think I got like 12 in one run through in here in about 5 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes. Also, if you're going the quest route, make sure you do Lithos first. Remember, these enemies have a set spawn point. There's usually 4 or 5. Buffer speed, and Lithos has a very high chance of getting other crafting items like this. So if you start with hers, then you can get like the snake skin, elemental shard, silver tray. Those enemies have a chance to drop random other ones. And the other one you want to farm up is Cheernos here, because these guys have a chance to drop other items as well. And I mean, at this point, this one should be pretty trivial. Freeze! And just like Lithos, her enemies have a chance to drop other items as well. I think it's the upper left one is the one that drops her frog. So yeah, you get 2 eyeballs, frog, donation box. And yeah, Daemon Hearts, you can go and fight the challenger from the other world, who's also a decently easy boss at this point. The other thing you can do is you can farm it from Ifrits and... what are the other enemies? Ifrits, and for some reason when I was farming... because I had to farm this guy for his time-stopping watch, and I ended up getting 4 Demon Hearts before I got the time-stopping watch, which is odd. Remember not to boost the land all the way up, because then he absorbs it. Boop! Oh, damage! Oh, that puts him right into Giga Flare land. So remember at this point, you just have to start defending against all the magic. No. No. Give her a reflect wall. No. No. Get fucked. But yeah, this guy's pretty trivial now too. Just remember, at below half life, he's gonna start using Giga Flare, so you gotta stop that shit. Alright, now it's time to grind items, so let's warp to the future. Alright, we're back after grinding. Weapons all done. Shields all done. Armor's all done. Accessories not all done because these ones you can't get another copy of. But that's all the achievements for crafting. Now getting the, the Great Orichalcos Crystals and God Idols, you can beat the last boss, but I found it was better to keep beating Chronos and Chaos for them. Just because they have the 100% chance to drop them both, and once you get used to them, they're not that difficult. Chronos use that the shit out of. Chaos, you just use Yomu and Alice to just, reduce the amount of shenanigans you have to put up with. Alright, another achievement you have to do is beating the last boss on lunatic mode. Let's go do that. Final boss is gonna get bullying simulator. Yeah, once you have all the completely endgame gear, this final boss, even on lunatic mode, isn't that hard. In fact, I'm gonna put Sana in Party 1. Healing field is so broken. Zap. 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 More zaps. Summoning snakes. Bye! It's time to ice them. Or just keep zapping. Or ultimate sparking. Boop! Oh, she's getting fucked up. Oh, hi! Oh, get fucked! Sparked! Fire! 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 Get fucked! Alright, this time we're gonna take pity on them. Let's return the land back to somewhat neutral. Turn 3. Turn 6. Prayers. Alright, let's swap parties. Alright, buff the Yomu. Avoid the land and hope Patchouli doesn't get minused. Alice is going to spend her entire time covering up Yomu. So this boss loses her deity status, so you can't slay her. This should be the final turn, right? Alright, fully buffed Yomu. What, are you feeling sorry for us? To think you'd stand there and spare us like this? It looks like you're all even more than we imagined. Oh, sorry to bored you. In that case, we Gorgons pride ourselves upon forming a trinity. Have a taste of our true power for yourselves. Alright, lunatic mode. So instead of being a deity, she still has her weakness to dark, but you need to have Exorcism 100 to damage her. And if you're in a post game like this, you should have Exorcism 100. So basically, this is like fighting a weaker Chaos with half the hit points. Oh yeah, and make sure you give Alice protection against petrification, and let her cover Yomu so that she's never vortexed. Alright, we're gonna start dealing that big dick damage. She's already down by a third from one attack. Really, only one hit? Nice try. Is she gonna give me 6s? Yup. Alright, let's see this do some more hits, please. Actually need to crit buff. But Alice is pretty much invincible in this fight. Even a lot of her void things, like void, what was it, void cavitation does hit everyone for 1,000. Does very little to her because she's got the 2 accessories that reduce void damage. Alright, let's do this again. Damage! Alright, let's have this do more hits, please. It's a little bit... It's like 1 to 7 hits. Hits 1 and 3 times. It's like RNG. That's okay, she's pretty much dead. Man, she loves that spell. Hit me harder, goddess mommy. Boop. Did it. Oh yeah, the other reason to take on Chronos and Chaos for your crafting materials is that they give 500 P. So because of that, you can reach power level 125, which is the cap. And yes, she's strength boosted because she likes doing straw doll kamikazes. Alright, so the only thing left would be killing all the the high-end enemies in the final area. Especially with Aku, get Aku kill credit. So Dragon Lord you treat exactly like... Oh, I need the Dragon Leather. Dragon Lord you treat exactly like the one from the quest. Quest for Babies. I didn't even reach level 99 with all the characters. When you're fighting the endgame enemies, you really want to, prioritize taking reduced damage over actually dealing damage, because Yomu deals enough damage as she does, as it is anyways. And once you've got all the crafting done, you get so many, galaxy stuff. These are great to have. So the super enemies, Terminator is easiest. You just protect your Deathcaster and just death it. I went over killing those during my journey through here. So yeah, this guy you can just basically treat exactly like the dragon that you fight in the quest and the final dungeon. Just because Yomu always ends up doing massive amounts of damage. Just like this. Oh look, there's half his hit points. Jackpot! Jackpot! You can put up a Colossal World at this point to stop him from using, Elixir? Like I said, 2 attacks and Yomu almost killed this guy. In fact, that's what made it actually hard getting Chronicle credit for the enemies, is because Yomu kept accidentally killing them. Luckily, if you're going for all achievements, you don't have to refarm any drops. You also don't actually need to finish off Chronicle credit to get all the achievements. This guy you can handle exactly like how you handle the 2-headed dragon in the first final dungeon. The only thing being is that you want Alice to always have Taunt up, and to get Taunt up, your party's in danger, so you can bring Reimu here to protect against physical, because this enemy only does regular physical attacks. And then after that, you can just use this to prevent Alice from taking any damage whatsoever. With Taunt, Alice should have a 99% chance of getting attacked. If you stacked enough defenses, the people in the back should be able to survive a hit as well. Boop! See, and there's almost half the enemy's hit points. And then whenever you need to use Taunt again, just let Reimu put up a physical barrier. If it wasn't already dead. Alright, the other super enemies, another group of super enemies you can fight is the elemental enemies. These types of enemies. Make sure your defense are high enough, and these guys can all be basically dealt with in the same way. Let Patchy boost their weakness. The weakness field. And let Alice protect everybody. Sena's just there for healing support. Again, these enemies I would accidentally kill when trying to get Chronicle credit because Yomu would just accidentally deal, more than their, like, would deal like 100,000 damage. Actually, I forgot. Not enough buff space. I should have put up an elemental weapon. But these enemies are all weak against their respective element, as well as weak against light. So even without weakness, I took off almost half their hit points with one strike. This guy's different in that he can use Octopus Maelstrom, which has a chance of death if the field is in water. So just make sure it's not in water. Oh, damage! Now, this boss does do a lot of water attacks that will shift the land, so make sure you're constantly shifting it back. But yeah, Habarim, Boone, Fornius, and Alistair can all be handled the exact same way. They all have those the weakness against light in their respective element. Heck, even the Nahashim Seraphim can be dealt with in the same way using Dark. She can use Elixir on herself, but even with her using Elixir on herself, Yomu can easily deal more than 100,000 damage in one attack. So, remember, also all of these enemies are deities, so get that Slayer damage out on them. The only enemy here that causes some real unnecessary roughness is Chio. This guy here, so he does massive physical damage. So you want to make sure Alice is always the one getting hit, especially by a Kala Blade. And you can use Reimu again to put up a barrier to stop his physical attacks, while Alice gets her taunt out. As long as your physical defenses are high enough, he shouldn't be able to deal too much damage to you. He does do some row and column attacks, so you do have to keep your back rank safe. The other option you can do is just protect Yomu for the rest of the fight, because if Yomu can deal 400,000 damage to Chaos, he can deal 200,000 damage to this guy. So if you want, you can spend time just covering Yomu, while Yomu deals some damage. Even with Deity Slayer, this boss has got a lot of defense. So as you can see, there's quite a few attacks. If you're also unlucky, he could Akala like 10 times, so another option is to sit there and use, what is it, the thing that reduces her physical damage taken by 90%, and just hope Yomu doesn't get murdered. Nice attack, idiot. To bypass his defense, you could also use a magic attacker. I just like using Yomu because why the fuck not? I probably should have stacked Yomu with more bombs. So yeah, just treat this guy like the two-headed dragon pretty much. It's just a little bit more sturdy with a very, very slight chance of shenanigans happening. Also, looks like 214, 748 is the cap for experience you can gain in one fight. I always like the Devil Eye just because of the Divine Shield on it. This guy is just death. I don't even consider him like a super enemy. I don't really consider this guy a super enemy either. Just put up, what is it? Use a weapon with Tsukumogami Slayer. These guys too. The super enemies from the first final dungeon are all pretty trivial. Like, I think that Night Dude's meteor was hitting me for maybe 30 damage. These guys are kind of a super enemy. You can treat them exactly like the previous Snake Dudes. In other words, sit there and keep getting hit by Pain Bond. So this guy you treat exactly like the Challenger from Another World or the Royal Duke. In other words, the threshold you want to get him down to is half hit points. Or Yomu can do that much damage. And once it's below half hit points, you have to prevent his dark Giga Flare. So that's what you bring Muddy Sun the slot for. Nice refresh, idiot. And there's also Reimu's barrier to stop magic. We'll also stop the dark Giga Flare, which he's decided not to use at all. There's also Satiri's Reflect Wall. Make sure you give her a speed accessory because otherwise she may not get it off in time. You want that Reflect Wall. Because of that, then Yomu fucks you up. Alright, I think that's all the super enemies. Alright, the next thing I have to do is I have 3 achievements left. One is to get all the rest of the items, and I think I missed one item here. Inside section B, or giving the D. Yukuri. More Yukuri. Livestream is such a broken field. Alright, there's the dagger. I'm just murder you guys. There we go, Master of Korindo. Alright, so there are a couple of enemy smashing achievements left to do. Equip you with your black hole. So one thing Yuugi's got it. There's 3 characters who have specific enemy killing ones. One of them is Yuugi. Nitori we already did. Nitori is kill any Yukuri type enemy with her last word, her atomic kappa. Come back to the very first dungeon. Yuugi's is to squish a bug while under Berserker Soul. Alright, Yuugi, things go squish. That's enough, Yuugi. Alright, one more achievement left to get. Last one is for Alice to wear boots and to kick a pupper. That's so mean. So I've been looking for specific enemies that I actually have more retreats than I have victories. So do I actually have to just do a normal attack, or can I just bomb it? No, I have to actually kick it. Alright, Alice, kick a puppy. Boot. Do I actually have to kill it? And fuck you. Wonder why that didn't trigger it. How about if I give lots of boots? Boot! Boot! Maybe if I reopen the game? How about I go kick a hellhound? You gonna get booted. Boot! Okay, for some reason that worked. Alright, we have obtained all achievements. Alright, so this game is complete. Surpassed 100 hours of playtime. So next time, we're gonna go through, I guess, more Touhou. Thanks for watching! Hey guys, if you like this video, make sure you leave a comment, like it, and share it. You can also click on the left button if you want to subscribe, and the right one to watch more Genius of Sappheiros. V.